You guys, it's WWE Asylum 16 here coming at you guys with the latest info on WWE 2K17. Now in the last video we talked about the newest features that were revealed for this year's game, and now in this video we're going to talk about the biggest changes so far, the 6 biggest changes so far in the game. So let's get straight into it. So we have this article here on IGN.com, and it's talking about the 6 biggest changes in the game. So let's get straight into it. So first off, we're going to start off with the ladder match. It says, here's a rundown of what I got to mess with and why it works so well. So ladder match overall. In real life, a ladder match means high impact, high altitude spots that get the crowd out of their seats. In wrestling games, ladder matches mean a lot of fussing over how to place your ladder properly and a lot of clunky looking interactions. No more. In WWE 2K17, the ladder can only be set up in 5 specific locations, in front of each set of ropes and in the center of the ring. Just get close to one, press the right button, and it gets set up properly every time. No more setting it up and climbing to the top only to find you were an inch too far to the left. On top of that, you can set up a ladder up as a bridge from the apron to the outside barrier, opening up lots of new opportunities. I personally get arm dragged from the inside of the ring to the outside through a ladder before I could do anything more creative, but the possibilities are totally there. Okay, that's really interesting. Next up, we have the rollout. Fussy, awkward ladder interactions aside, ladder matches also suffer the same problem that all multi-person matches do. It's a beginning to end free-for-all. That's finally been fixed with a new rollout system. I don't know, what is this about? When a member of a multi-person match takes a big burst of damage, they will be forced to roll out to ringside where they'll rest for a while. Depending on how badly hurt they are, they'll be stuck there until they've at least partially recovered. At that point, you have a choice. Do I run back in or do I rest until I'm fully recovered? Coming in early might be the choice if a pinfall is about to be scored or if you see a perfect opportunity, but coming in fully rested gives you a temporary buff to run wild with. In practice, this means you won't spend the entirety of a triple threat match bumbling around the ring with 2 combatants to worry about. Much like in actual triple threats, it naturally becomes a sort of round robin with dramatic moments where a wrestling wrestler will pop back into the ring at the last second to prevent a pinfall. Finally, these matches have an ebb and flow that feel like the real thing and provides a layer of decision making that just wasn't there previously. Backstage brawls and fighting in the crowd. This is one we were all looking forward to, and they finally brought it back. So here we go. Finally, at long last, you can fight backstage or in the crowd again. You can either play a separate backstage brawl match where you win by KO, or you can transition from any no DQ style match right into a backstage scrap. There are 3 separate backstage areas and a bevy of interactive props to get nasty with. There are even a handful of backstage only OMG moments to really put out the hurt on your opponent. I didn't get to try a fight in the crowd myself, sadly, but it can happen during any match type, regardless of rule set. Taunting matters. Taunting has mostly been a way to roleplay your wrestler of choice more than anything, but now it is an actual gameplay purpose. Some taunts grant you a temporary damage boost, while others increase the rate at which you gain momentum for a time. Finding chances to taunt is easier than ever too, since you could taunt in a much wider variety of locations. Doing the right taunt at the right time can really turn the tides. Major reversals play a bigger role. The major reversals were a new addition last year, but you seldom saw them, I can't pronounce that, because of how narrow their timing window was. This year the timing is a bit more forgiving, and it does a lot more for you when you land one. In addition to getting as bit of an offensive boost like before, a successful major reversal locks out your opponent's ability to perform reversals of their own. This is particularly a big deal for creating an opportunity to get a clutch finishing move off without fear of having it turn on around you. More than even last year, I really found myself holding on a couple of reversals by taking a beating, choosing to wait for a major reversal opportunity to really turn things around. Chain wrestling and submission changes. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. Of all the neat new features we've seen from Ukes and visual concepts over the last few years, chain wrestling and the new submission system have been the 2 most contagious. They aren't going anywhere this year, but some changes have been made to help address complaints of some of the fan base have voiced. Chain wrestling is no longer automatically engaged at the start of the match. It will happen if it will still happen if two characters try to grapple each other simultaneously or in other situations based on the wrestler's style and personality, but it is no longer the standard way to start a match. Well, that's good. While I dig the chain wrestling system, it being the guaranteed match opener didn't make a lot of sense, so I'm glad it plays a smaller role. As with the submission system, it's been turned out that your rotating pie wedges aren't so slippery. It definitely feels like you have more control in submission systems as a result. That said, some people still want to mash buttons, and for them, an alternate submission system can be turned on that lets them go back to the days of a controller smashing and mashing. How that will work online with people wanting different styles is up in the air, but it's cool that 2K giving everyone a chance to play the way they want. So that's everything I tested out. None of the new WWE Universe or micro stuff was available for me to try, but I got a very good sense of how 2K17 is going to feel in the ring, and I really dig how the franchise continues so much farther and farther towards being a simulation sports game. So that's about it, guys. So there you go. So the 6 biggest changes for WWE 2K17, the ladder match overall. Now I'm really liking this because I used to get so furious in ladder matches or in just TLC matches, where I just want to climb to the top of the ladder and just do whatever, or just trying to get the briefcase or the title, whatever. I get so furious whenever I'm this close to the briefcase and I'm like just an inch away from grabbing it, and it's just not letting me grab it, so I have to come back down and then reset the ladder and then get it. So it's kind of annoying, but they actually fixed the issue this time around, so that's good. And it's good that you don't have to set it up all over the place like in previous wrestling games, but this time it's only going to be in 5 locations and in every corner of the ring, with each set of ropes, and then of course in the center of the ring. So that's pretty cool. Also, I love how they're gonna let you set up a bridge from the apron to the barricade. That's pretty cool, and that's new as well because they haven't done that before. So that's gonna be cool to do. The second thing, which is the rollout. Now this is where hold on a second. This is I think this is the triple threat thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Now this is really interesting because it's kind of similar to the real life matches where you have more than you have more than one opponent in the ring, and you want to basically win the match as quick as possible. So the only way you can do that is by tossing your opponent out of the ring, and then the thing that gets you furious over that is when you easily toss them out of the ring, or you hit their finisher, you hit your finisher onto them, and then they go on the outside, and then as you're about to pin the other opponent that's in the ring, they automatically just no-sell your finisher, and they come back into the ring, they break it up, and the match continues. Now, that's one thing I've always had problems with. It doesn't matter. Whatever I do to just get rid of the third person in the match, they always just get up, and it really, really is annoying. So thank God for that. That is now been resolved. So that is really good. Backstage brawls and fighting. This is the one we've all been waiting for, and it's finally back. And just like in real life, they're going to have this no DQ style match where you can actually go backstage instead of just being in the arena. So that's cool. And as far as the locations where you can have the backstage brawl, they haven't said anything about that just yet, but overall, really looking forward to it. The taunting. Now that's going to be something different because usually when you taunt, your momentum bar usually goes up very, very slowly until you get your signature and then your finisher. However, it looks like it's going to be different this game because it seems like where it says some taunts grant you a temporary damage boost while others increase the rate at which you gain momentum for a time. It seems like for this year, I guess when you taunt, the amount of damage you have is going to increase. I guess when you hit your finishers, your signatures, or whatever, or maybe when you do your taunts, the momentum bar just goes up faster than ever. I don't know, something like that. But that's another interesting thing. And then of course we have the major reversals. I've always been really good at reversing, in the games, and I really don't have a problem with that. So I don't really see anything wrong with this. And I never had a problem with reversals, so I could always just counter right away. So it's not a problem for me. And the last and final thing, we have the chain wrestling and the submission changes. I love how they're going to have us not start off with the chain wrestling at the start of the match, because that's how they usually do it. So that's good. You can easily just start off, doing whatever. So that's good. Like I said, in the submission system, it's going to be really interesting what they do this time around, because previously they would just have us, try to get this in the circle or whatever, kind of like I said in the article. But it seems like they're going to bring back the submission system where all you have to do is just mash the button until you get to the breaking point. So it looks like they might bring the breaking point submission system back, which is really cool. I'm really liking everything that's been revealed for 2K17 thus far. It's going to be an exciting game. I just can't wait for it. I don't know what more to expect. We got all these features that have been revealed. We got the 6 biggest changes so far. We have all these new superstars, and just a bunch of new stuff that's coming out in 2K17. It's gonna be better than probably any other wrestling game combined. The only downside about this is the soundtrack, but hey, it doesn't matter because you always just get your own, or you could always just play the Superstar Entrance theme songs from the main menu. That too. I think that's about it, guys. Let me know what you thought about this video, and what you think about the 6 biggest changes so far in WWE 2K17. Like I said before, the original link will be in the description box below, so you can check out this article for yourself, and you can give your opinions on it. Alright, so there you guys have it. I'm going to get out of here. Quick thing I want to talk about. Now, this is SummerSlam week. SummerSlam weekend is right here. It's here. It's finally here. SummerSlam is this Sunday. I cannot wait. And we also have NXT TakeOver Brooklyn as well. Another thing to look forward to. So if you really think about it, we have literally almost every day of this entire week filled with wrestling. The only day that wrestling is not going to show is Friday. So for me, I'm really going to be busy this week, because first we have Monday Night Raw tonight, then we have SmackDown Live tomorrow night, then we have NXT / Cruiserweight Classic on Wednesday, then Thursday we have Impact Wrestling, Friday there's no wrestling, and then Saturday we have NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, which is on my birthday, and then Sunday, of course, we have SummerSlam. And then it's just back to the normal schedule, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, and all that crap. So I'm really looking forward to this week as far as wrestling goes, because the only day it's not going to be showing wrestling is Friday. Other than that, every other day this week just filled with wrestling. Cannot wait. If you're a big wrestling fan like me, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you are going to be really excited for this. All right. So it seems like we might be getting more videos than ever for this week. So we'll see how this goes. My Raw review will be up tomorrow, and my SmackDown Live review will be up the next day or two. But we'll see what happens. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, all that good stuff, and I'll be back with my Raw review tomorrow. So, see you guys then.